All right, my name is Kaleb Lucas. I'm a recent graduate from Durham School of the Arts and an incoming freshman at North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. My presentation is Locked and Loaded, a closer look at juvenile records and background checks. The agenda is background motivation, terminology, research question, methodology, research review findings, conclusions, limitation and future research, and acknowledgements. My motivation of this project is the reoccurring gun violence in my neighborhood, in my community, and the reoccurring mass shootings in our nation. The first paragraph talks about background checks before the 2022 Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, where a customer will go into a gun store, and if they wanted to purchase a firearm, they'll have to go through a background check that takes about 30 seconds to clear. However, if it's flagged, it will take additional 3 business days to complete. Now with the Safer Communities Bipartisan Act, for adults 18 and older, if their background check is flagged, it will add an additional 7 days to the first 3 days, making it 10 days to further investigate the background check. Keywords. Juvenile records refer to all court records of anyone who's 17 or younger. Background check is a form that determines if a person is worthy of buying a firearm. Bipartisan agreement is when 2 political parties make agreement on a political topic. Gun reform is the act of strengthening firearm regulation. My research question is, what is the social political implications of the 2022 Bipartisan Safer Communities Act on adults with juvenile records to their Second Amendment rights? My methodology, I examined 14 articles in this literature review. I use key terms as key terms that I just said before, plus gun accessibility and loopholes. And my journals is all FBI articles or federal agency articles. Literature review findings. A quick quote from the Violence Project: 6 of the 9 deadliest mass shootings in the United States since 2018 were by people who are 21 or younger. The purpose of this law is to add 7 days to the first 3 days of background checks for anyone that's between 18 to 21 if the background check is flagged. This is important because it allows more time to investigate juvenile records or mental health records of the customer. The second part is it gives $13 billion to public safety and school safety and mental health services, specifically $1.6 billion to the U.S. Department of Justice, $1 billion to the U.S. Department of Education, and $360 million to the Department of Health and Human Services. The third part is the hardened loopholes, such as the Charleston loophole and the boyfriend loophole. By a show of hands, who remembers the 2015 Charleston mass shooting? Okay. I asked this because the reason why the gunman was able to obtain his gun is under federal law. If the FBI does not complete the background check in 3 days, the gun store is allowed to automatically transfer the weapon to the customer. Yeah. And the boyfriend loophole refers to someone buying a gun for their ex-romantic relationship partner or stalker who couldn't pass the background check on their own. Under the Lutenberg Act of 1996, this only applied to people who were married with or had a child with the person. Now, the Safer Communities Bipartisan Act it refers to anyone in a dating relationship. However, this law does not solve gun violence in America. It's certainly a step towards it. And my limitations and future directions, this law only specifies gun buyers who are 18 to 21. It does not include anyone that is 21 or older. And for further research, I want to look at newer laws that have passed since the Bipartisan Act, such as the Bipartisan Background Checks of the Bipartisan Background Check Act of 2023, passed on February 1st, 2023, which establishes new background checks for private settlers. acknowledgements. I want to give a thanks to my cohort 2 teachers and interns, the Hank and Billy Suber Aaron Young Scholar Summer Research Institute, the Samuel Du Bois Cook Center, and Duke University for having me. Thank you. Any questions? All right, thank you.